Welcome back, everyone. Today I was able to complete The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley. And the last chapter that I read talked about the kind of profession that affluent parents want their children to venture into. Most affluent parents won't want their children to be self-employed or venture into the same family business that they did to grow their wealth because they are aware of the uncertainty and how difficult it is to make it as an individual, especially someone that is aspiring to become a millionaire and to make money from it. So most of the affluent parents would prefer their children to go into professions like engineer, medical professionals. These are the kind of professions that most affluent parents would want their children to venture into. And also the closing chapter talks about the kind of behavior that affluent parents should exhibit towards their children so that they will be able to become productive member of the society. A PWA, according to the book, which means a prodigious wealth accumulator instead of a UWA, which is an under accumulator of wealth. So they will prefer the first instant instead of the second instant because anyone that is able to become a PWA will not only be able to provide itself, but will also be productive member of the society at large. And yeah, I think personally for me, the book just shed the light on the do's and don'ts on how wealth is accumulated, and even though someone is earning a low income, what they can do to make sure they become a PWA with time. It will not happen in 5 years' time, but in 20, 30 years' time frame, they will be able to secure financial freedom even with their low wage, as long as they're able to invest in something that compounds year after year. This sort of investment, I would say, like an index fund investment and picking a high interest saving account and also picking a stock. But picking a stock, I will actually not venture into that because that one has a very high risk. So the preferable investment will be investing in index fund on a year-to-year or a month-to-month basis, keeping it consistent with the wages the individual is earning annually. In 20, 30 years' time, the individual should be able to gain financial freedom as long as the stock markets keep growing exponentially year over year. And the next part I'll talk about is my trading. As I've said this way, I've closed trading for the week because our account went below the required margin for trading. And instead of depositing again and trying, I just want to calm down, go through my mistake and see how I can better myself next week, which is what I've done today. I've looked at all the charts, I've highlighted the mistake I made. The major mistake I felt like I made was the 2 times that I've went outside the scope of the 3 pairs I've chosen for the week. I've always lost that trade. So going for next week, I'll make sure I stick to the 3 pairs I have picked for the week and try as much as possible to make sure I don't over position myself in a sense that I'm trying to buy or when it's going up. I should try and make sure that the second position, if it is not a clean breakout, I'll close it as soon as I see the signs that it's not gonna go the way I want. So yeah, that's the stuff that today I'm just trying to be better, trying to keep myself accountable, and next week I want to start following the rule back to back. I don't want to be skipping anything again because I've skipped a lot of things. I had a lot of oversight this year that I could see from my overview in a situation where I missed the week, those green week side that usually get filled before a presentation happens. I've missed it multiple times, which is one of the reasons why I missed Euro Audi short position. Despite having another entry yesterday, I was able to take advantage of it because at that time I've gotten tired of the position and I went to look elsewhere, which I was not supposed to, but that made me lose the accounts overall. So I have to do better with that part. And yeah, that's all for trading today. Today is Friday and weekend just before resting and getting my mind set for the coming week because I'll have to be very productive in terms of my trading. And yeah, so the next part is supposed to be something I find insight from the internet, and I posted something on Twitter today that this month so far I have beaten my highest book read in a month. I'm currently on my Facebook right now, and the highest book I read throughout the year of 2025 was on October, where I almost completed 4 books. But this time around, I've completed 4 books, and I've already matched that record, and I'm currently on my Facebook. So at this pace, I should be able to complete book number 5 and book number 6 before the month end. So yeah, that's it for my day, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Thanks for listening.